Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everyone has their holiday preparations almost complete. Christmas is next week. I'm not even anywhere near it. Of course, I'm not having any plans either, so I guess I am ready, huh? Well, let's just jump into today's video. So I saw this Amaryllis bulb kit at my local Home Depot. I went in to get some more clay pots, and they had these sitting out with a sale sign on them. I've always admired Amaryllis. I've always wanted one, but I've never wanted to purchase one, you know, already in bloom, because usually if you buy it in bloom, just like our Phalaenopsis and a lot of our other orchids, they don't last as long. So I thought I would do a little mini project and see if we can get this kit to rebloom. So I've already opened the bottom just to make it easier to get in. And let's just read over the directions real quick. Whoop. And it specifically says to follow the instructions on the enclosed cocoa fiber disc to rehydrate growing medium. So let's do that. Oh, look at that bulb, how pretty. And it looks like it's got some stuff already trying to come up, dried up roots. And let's see where our cocoa fiber is. Ah, here it is. And of course it is so super tiny, and I'm blind as a bat. So interesting. Well, this pot does not have a drainage hole in it, and I do believe it would probably work better for the Amaryllis if it did, so I'll have to be very, very careful when I water so as not to keep it soggy. But let's see what this says here. Okay, see if I can read this. How to hydrate. Okay, remove the plastic wrapper. Well, you have to remove it to get into it. Well, I guess some people can read through the plastic. I can't. Place the disc in a 2-quart container. Add 1.5 cups of warm water. Allow the disc to absorb the water. It's going to approximately take about 15 minutes. And repeat, and expand into the growing medium for use in your planter. If necessary, add another 1/4 cup of warm water. Stir the mixture and drain the excess water if necessary. Follow the planting and growing instructions in the package. All right, well, I will be back after we soak our little cocoa fiber disc here, and then we'll continue getting her potted up. I'll be back. Okay, so it has absorbed. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of breaking up any of the clumps that might be in there, so make it a little more airy. I really want to put some perlite or something in here, but we're going to follow the directions, see what happens. And supervisor is over here on the side. Hey, Lolo. All right, I think I've got most of it out. I did drain the excess that I could. All right. I don't know if that's going to be, if that's going to be enough for that. If not, I have some potting mix that we could just put on the top. All right, and then the directions say to fill the 2/3 of the planter with the rehydrated growing medium. So I'm going to put it in there nice and airy though, because I know this cocoa husk likes to stay pretty wet. So about 2/3. This is place the Amaryllis bulb in the planter with the roots facing down. Let me move y'all a little bit there so you're not getting all bumped up there. Sorry about that. Shakiness. Let's see if we have enough media. Nope, need a little bit more up here. That's a little more. Okay. And it says with the roots down, which, I mean, that's kind of common sense, right? And then the shoulders should be just above the media. So from what I researched, the shoulders are like this part right here. So you have the head, I guess, but you want this part right here just under the media. So let's see, a little bit more. It looks like I am going to have to go and get my potting mix because I don't feel like there's enough here, and there's not. So 1 second. All right, there we go. And all this is in this pot here, guys, is my usual potting mix. It's just moisture retentive potting mix from oh, what is it? Miracle Grow. It's the one in the blue bag. Sometimes I buy the one in the green bag. I got the one in the blue bag because that one has the moisture retentive in it already. There's some perlite in here, and I did the bone meal and blood meal. I usually put that in my potting mix, so hopefully that's not going to hurt our amaryllis. I may have done it wrong, and that's why I don't have enough, but I'll just put the rest of this in there, put the bulb in there, and then we'll put regular potting mix around the sides. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of fluff it again a little bit. And I will have to remember that there is cocoa husk down there, so when that top layer of soil is dry, that doesn't mean that the amaryllis is dry. So there, yeah, see, now she's sitting up a little bit higher, so once we put that soil in there, she'll be in the right spot. So I'm just gonna put those roots in the cocoa husk. And where's my scooper? There's my scooper. I like using my scooper. Put it right around the edges there to keep the shoulder, as they call it, or the top of it, above. And then I have read you should water it after you plant it, but this cocoa husk is pretty wet, so I'm not going to add any more water to it right now. Supposed to water it once a week after you pot them anyway, so I'll just wait, and I'll use a bamboo skewer to test if it needs water before I add water. Like I said, this top portion here obviously is going to look dry because it's regular soil, but there is that cocoa husk underneath, so just kind of tamp it down a little bit to make sure it gets all in the sides. And, well, she's wobbly because she's sitting in the middle of the table. There we go. I was like, why is she wobbling everywhere? Okay, and then we'll just keep her nice and exposed shoulders there. All right, well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get, because it looks like she's already trying to have a growth, start a growth in there. So putting her in here, it should help encourage that to just continue growing. And I will get my makeup brush here in a little bit and just kind of dust her off a little bit, clean her up, make her look all pretty for her presentation. Now, I have read that amaryllis that are planted in December will bloom within 6 to 8 weeks. Those that are planted just during the beginning of the fall can take a few months to develop. So it is December, so let's just wait and see. And this is what they call a holiday amaryllis. It's not a exotic. The exotic ones are the ones with the more like spindly blooms. This is, like I said, just the regular holiday amaryllis there, the one you see every year around Christmas time. And let's see, keep the planter at a minimum temperature of 65 to 70 degrees, which is good because I'm going to grow her in the living room here. In a bright room, again in the living room, and it says where the bulb can flower. Keep the growing medium moist, not wet. Again, that fine balance, because when you water it, it gets wet, right? Anyway, schematics. When the flowers bloom, keep out of direct sunlight to prolong the flowering period. And then they have a cool little tip, which I think we all already know. As the stem grows, change the direction of the planter occasionally to keep the stems from leaning towards the light. It may be necessary to support the stems and flowers so the plant will not topple. It says plant as soon as possible after purchase. I purchased her today. We planted her today. I did let her sit at get to room temperature before we opened her because, let's see, I think the high today in Denver was in the mid to high 30s, maybe low 40s. It was pretty cold. It did snow about a week ago, and there's no snow on the ground, but the air out there, as icy as it is, so I let her kind of get room temperature and acclimate to the home before I took her out of this packaging. And let's see, what else does it say? I guess if you're not going to plant it right away, it tells you to store it in a cool and dry place until ready to plant. Protect all surfaces from product as condensation, scratching, or staining may occur. All right, well, we've already got her planted, so we don't have to worry about that. And hopefully, ladies and gents, we will get us a amaryllis bloom. Now, according to, like I said, what I read, we could possibly see that within 6 to 8 weeks. Also, I have read, again, I've never grown one of these, so this is my first time, that sometimes the growth can be a leaf first, or you can actually get the flower spike first. So it'll be interesting if we get one or the other. I'll be happy to just get one. You know, even if it doesn't bloom, at least I know I can get it to grow leaves, and then we'll worry about the blooms later. So if you have any suggestions or thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. Remember to give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.